Hey guys, what's up? Just wanted to make a video here about why I run elevated levels in my tank. And what I mean by elevated levels is I run my alkalinity about 11.8 to 12 DKH. My calcium is usually around 465-ish. And my mag usually stays around 1380, 1390. It is a pain to keep it that high. Well, not really a pain, but it requires a lot. So I dose pretty heavy. I dose kalkwasser, which helps the pH here, especially in Florida. All these houses are super sealed, so not a lot gets through as far as oxygen. Besides that, I dose Reef Foundations A, B, and C. So that's Red C's calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium. So that's always going off. Kalkwasser, I dose 200 mils every hour. So that's like 4,800 mils a day. That makes up for most of it. For the calcium and alkalinity Red Sea Foundation, I do 8 mils of both, 6 hours. Every 12 hours, my bad. So I do one at midnight, one at 12 to keep them spaced out so there's no precipitation. And then magnesium I do once a day at about 50 mils. The reason I do that is because this reef tank isn't very old. It's only about a year. As you can tell, none of the corals are really big except for the softies. So the reason I run elevated levels is because I want fast growth. And everything is growing pretty quick. It's like every day you can definitely see the stony corals definitely growing. Usually I get it's maybe about a millimeter or a little bit less every day on my SPS. So like the acros especially, the acros are definitely growing pretty nice. I do have some Monopora digitata in there that's starting to split or branch, I'm sorry, and it's growing really quick. So that's really the reason why I run elevated levels. I don't know if I'm gonna continue to do that once all the colonies get really big. I'll probably go back down to 9 where I was, because before I was using Tropic Marin Pro Reef, which does about 7 DKH, 7 and some change. But with the kalkwasser, it was going up to about 9. But I just didn't like how slow everything was growing, because impatient here. I just want some big colonies and then I'll slow it down a little bit. But for the time being, I'm definitely going to stay at elevated levels. The other thing that does help keep the elevated levels is I use the Red Sea Coral Pro Salt, the black bucket. So that's automatically just straight out the bucket, 12 DKH and all the elevated calcium and alkalinity and magnesium. So that stuff is really good. Red Sea, if you see this, I only use your stuff. So if you want to sponsor your boy, that'd be great. I only use your test kits, dosing stuff. That'd be great. As far as like lighting goes, I mean, it's just black boxes, the just standard black boxes. They run really great for me. As far as flow goes, I got the, how do you say it? J-bow, whatever, gyres on there. Those are really good. I have them on random. So it's making random flow throughout the tank, but I have them maxed out. So it's doing a lot of flow in there. Got, as far as the sump goes, I got the refugium going, which does unfortunately take out a lot of the trace elements out of there. So I do dose trace elements into the tank. Right now I just use the CChem trace element product, but I was thinking about changing over to Alpha Reef maybe, but I mean Alpha Reef is kind of, I don't know how I feel about how it's calcium formate and it has to be taken in by the bacteria to make alkalinity, and I was reading up and it says it mainly stays around 9 when you dose that stuff, so you know I want higher alk. But yeah, I mean really the whole purpose of doing the higher elevated levels is just for faster growth, and I've had nothing but success with it so far. I mean everything is growing really quickly. I know people do say that it tends to get a little brittle when they're growing so fast, and the only reason that I actually can tell that in person is I just moved this tank like 3 weeks ago into this house, and all my SPS did kind of break apart, but hey, that's more colonies for me, and it's not like I'm going to be moving anytime soon, so it should be fine. And then, you know, whenever I do decide to go down on the levels, you know, it should thicken up and not have a problem with it. But yeah, that's about it. So I mean, if you guys could just like and subscribe, you know, and then I can just put out more videos, and just leave a comment on, you know, maybe what you would want to see, maybe like the fish I have, maybe go in depth more about the corals I have, like maintenance schedule, whatever. That'd be cool. All right, guys, see you next time.